night one, day one, round one. This is the way we're starting?
Can you believe it? Eliminator pin
Oh,
on
man.
night one.
Oh.
It was definitely a Bulls night. The Bull Riders didn't fare too well.
No.
Second bull out. And then Thomas and Max in night one asteroid.
Oh.
What a way to start it off.
Everyone always goes, okay, tonight was the rank pen. Well, what's a rank pen? That's a rank pen.
It sure was. We had, let me count them real quick. Six qualified rides the whole night.
Out of 40.
And it took about 80% away through the performance before we got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And the confetti only flew once?
Once.
One time.
And, that's the fun thing about the rank pen is either you're not going to ride or you're going to ride damn good.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
And
there's no 70-point rides.
No. And speaking of a great ride, Renato Nunez on Yellow Jacket Jr., 90 and a quarter.
Wow, yeah. The first 90-point ride for the event. It is. I mean, it's just a great way to kick off PBR.
Yeah. And we talked about Asteroid. Let's talk a little bit about Bushwhacker too.
Oh my God.
They came in to round one. Even everybody, the riders, the fans, they can't decide who's going to be the championship bucking bull. And guess what?
They're tied.
They're tied.
Still.
Came into the last night, they got the exact same bull scores at the event.
And for those of you that are new to all this, in PBR you have two athletes, the bull
and the cowboy,
and they get scored equally. And at the end of it all, we've got the world's greatest bull rider and we have the world's greatest bull, and so there is a competition there.
It is. And like you said, it's not only for the cowboy, but it's for the stock contractors as well.
Yeah, and so Sunday is going to be so tight for both spots.
It's crazy. You said both spots. We talked about it earlier. Asteroid and Bushwhacker, coin flip. After last night, coin flip, going into the championship round on Sunday, where both of them bucked the final time to determine the championship bucking bull.
And then
you can't ask for better than that.
And then the top rider is from first to second place is what?
143 points after last night.
Wow.
Number one, Silvano Alves bucked off, and number two, Valderon. He rode and split third and fourth with an 87, and took up some points. Coming into last night, he was just I think 505 points out of first place. Right now he's 143 with 5 rounds left.
Oh my God!
It's the closest world's title race in, I would almost say, history.
Probably.
If not in a long time. It's pretty exciting.
And the energy level, we always talk about the energy level. The first night, usually it's not there, but because the Bulls are so close, and the Bulls they do have their own fan club. God,
they do.
God bless them, they're fun. It's just every night's going to be just more and more, and you and I are going to be just totally wiped out by Sunday.
We are, but it's well worth it to get it to the fans.
It's fun.
And, you talked about the different energy level, but you kind of touched on it. The bull riders have their fan posse, all right, but more and more the last couple years, the bulls are becoming really superstars as well, and people come to the events to see their favorite bucking bull buck out.
Right.
The cowboys are a plus.
Yeah.
And
an attraction.
It's going to be fantastic, and not only Bushwhacker and Asteroid tonight, but coming up, I believe Friday night, Cody Lambert said, is maybe the last buck out of Chicken on the Chain, because he may come back to the championship round 2. They're kind of keeping that under wraps right now, and who's going to come
Sunday's going to be awesome. Now, before all that, we were out and about, and we ran into some of your friends.
That it's fantastic. You never know who you're going to meet out here at the PBR World Finals. You can come out by yourself and have lifelong friends, but I do a rodeo circuit down in Iowa all year long, Circle C Rodeo, and there's a kid that Man, he's been up and coming. I've held him. I've known him since he was a baby.
Up and coming, literally.
Yeah, up and coming, literally. You know, little 6-year-old kid. He's got 6 belt buckles to his name, and he got chosen to come out to the PBR World Finals for the Mutton Busting World Finals. And we ran into him at the fan zone yesterday and got to kind of hang out with him before his ride and cover his ride and kind of do a feature story on him. It was kind of fun to hang out with Lucas Schellenberg and his family.
So we'll have that video as well. You know, the whole mutton busting thing is kind of fun to watch, and it's kind of interesting because of, you know, that's where they start.
Definitely, that's where they learn the basics.
Yeah, you know, and these guys drove out nonstop.
Yeah, we found out they drove,
oh my God,
a day and a half over 1,300 miles to get here for 8 seconds of glory. You know, with 5 people in a little car with gear bags and everything. Is
from Iowa, drove all straight through. Oh my God, that's dedication. Then his father.
His dad was a really good superstar in the Little Britches Rodeo way back growing up, and his older brother Wyatt as well.
Yeah.
He rides calves and steers, and he's coming out in 2013 to the Chris Shivers Mini Bull Riding Challenge here at the PBR World Finals next year. So we're going to make sure that we can try to cover that for you as well.
Maybe next year he'll learn a few more words other than
yes. Yeah, he's kind of a shy kid, but I'll tell you what, he is. You're going to see him go places with the skills that he has at 6 years old.
Write his name down and just watch him go.
That's right. That's right.
Then from there we went back to South Point.
Yeah, day number 2 of the Heroes and Legends reunion.
That is so neat.
You know, it really was. Is the first night that we covered on Tuesday night, it's more of the awards and just kind of an informal meet and greet. Today was all about the fans.
Yeah.
You know, they had tables upon tables in a grand ballroom set up, and every single one of your favorite superstars from the PBR were there, signing autographs, hugging you, taking pictures, everything. It was just an awesome experience.
And one of the fun things about the PBR, because it is about the fans.
It is.
You know, I mean, and it was really cool because the first night we ran into Randy Bernard.
Yes, we did.
He's keeping a low profile, which is really cool. The guy's always been a professional about that. You know, so now he's like, okay, I'm just here to kind of observe, but you know, he's also watching his baby.
Definitely, yeah.
But you know, with the PBR, with the fans, with the riders, it's not this lineup where they just line up and they just go through this. Here's my signature thing. The fans get to sit there or stand there and talk to them.
Definitely. There's no rush. There's no. You know, you take your time and get what you want, and it's fantastic. And we actually got to talk to a group of fans.
Yep.
And their first time ever at the PBR
I
World
love
Finals.
first timers.
You know, did you see how excited they were to meet Chris Shivers,
yes.
to meet LG Jenkins, JV Mooney? And that's what it's all about. Yeah, it's an extra cost, but as you're going to see later on in the telecast today, talking to them, it is well worth it to get the full experience here in Las Vegas.
This Legends and Heroes, this is what, the second year they've...
Number 2, yep.
Yeah, and you know, last year was more of, let's try this and see what the fan reaction was, and you know, it just blew everyone out of the water. So now they've, like all things,
ramped it up a bit.
Let's try something different. You know, bigger area, bigger layout, better layout. More fans came forward. More first timers.
And did you see the people that when we were interviewing them, the fans?
Yeah.
Everybody that buys a ticket to the Heroes and Legends get one of those really cool street signs, and that thing, both of them, were completely filled with autographs.
You know, and I mean, you just watch them. There was the cookie lady.
Oh yes, we didn't get cookies. What's up with that?
Well, we didn't interview her.
That's right.
Yeah. She went from bull rider to bull rider, and before she got her autograph, she gave him a cookie.
She made probably 4 or 5 dozen cookies, brought them in a little tub, and gave each one of her bull riders a fresh cookie. Man, I think the bull riders loved that more than she did, to be honest with you. But yeah, and then after that, you know, we talked about interviewing the CEO
Oh,
of the
God,
PBR.
oh man.
How about that, huh? It's funny is you walk in and you know you talk about the superstars and everything else, but we walked in the door. There's James Hayward right there.
Yeah.
Just standing there, minding his own business.
Walked up to him, said hi.
Yeah. You know, the CEO of the best bull riding company in the world, just hanging out, having a good time with all the fans. It was fantastic. And we're going to show you that interview here in a little bit as well.
So, you know, and then, then from there we went to the show.
We did. You know, we went to the Thomas and Mack
and we ran into a big truck.
Yes, we did. A big, huge monster truck sponsored by Lincoln Welders, one of the great sponsors of PBR as well. And we actually got to sit down and talk to the driver.
Well, not exactly sit, but yeah.
Well, stand. It makes us look like we're sitting with the tires.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. You know, but it was a good time all around. All the great vendors throughout the concourse at the Thomas and Mack.
Love them.
You know, just a lot of great things. And the two bull ridings that we're going to feature tonight from the performance in night one. The first one is going to be Asteroid. We're actually going to just show you the two rides from Asteroid and Bushwhacker because they were scored at 46 3/4 points, leaving them tied again. And we want to show you those so you can kind of take a mental note and figure out who your favorite bull is and see who's going to be able to take the championship in your mind.
So now, okay, so now the first, we're going to kind of run these videos basically back to back. So the first one's going to be the family.
Yep, we're going to bring all the stuff with Lucas Schellenberg and the Schellenberg family for a mile, following his journey on the mutton busting. We'll go into the CEO interview. Yep. Okay. Then we'll probably...
He's got some good news coming.
He does. Some very exciting news for 2013, by the way.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then
20th year. The 20th.
Can you believe it? It's 19 right now. Next year is going to be huge.
Wow.
They have got everything in store coming back here. And speaking of coming back here, during his interview, re-signed a contract to be right here in Las Vegas through 2015. Fantastic news.
Yep. And then from there we will go into the two rides.
Yes, we definitely will. And then right after that, man, we're going to be right back here with you again tomorrow covering night two. We're going to be interviewing the legendary Chris Shivers, retiring after this year. Yeah. I can't wait for that interview. We're going to be down at the Fan Zone at Mandalay Bay at noon. If you are seeing this and you want to be able to join us in the interview, come on down. We're going to interview Chris Shivers. And we're going to cover his mini bull riding.
Mini bulls. These things are... They're bulls.
They're bridle bulls. They got a horn about the size as they do on their back. We saw one yesterday, just kind of walking around. So
this is just a fun. This again, it's our first. It's round one. Just finished. We're working on what, about 4 hours. Of sleep?
We're working on about 3-4 hours sleep a day. But hey, it's
fun. Come on out next year, whatever, and like the first timers that we interviewed, they watched it for years, but this is just a whole new experience to see it live.
It's a different vibe. And so we invite you to come on out with us. If you are in town and following us on fortheride.com, make sure you come out to the Mandalay Bay Fan Zone at noon to visit with Chris Shivers and watch the Chris Shivers Miniature Buck and Bull Ride. And we will see you tomorrow right back here on the Rodeo Roundup.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Hetland here with the Rodeo Roundup podcast brought to you by fortheride.com. What an exciting day Wednesday brings before the start of the World Finals at the Thomas and Mack. The Cooper Tires Mutton Bustin' Championships here at the Fan Zone. I've got two beautiful ladies, the Cooper Tire girls. They're going to be handing out the Cooper Tire belt buckles to the championship cowboy or cowgirl from the first three events of the Mutton Bustin' Championships. What an honor it is to be here for all these little up-and-coming rodeo guys, isn't it?
It's great. Yeah. It really is. It's a good time for these youngsters to, they get their 8 seconds of fame too.
That's fine. That's fantastic. And, a double duo, and man, these boys are looking at you, and they're like 8 years old and thinking that you might be a girlfriend. I don't know. What do you got to say to little guys?
Maybe down the road someday. You never know.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Jason Hetland here with the Rodeo Roundup podcast and Cooper Tire World Mutton Bussin' Championships. All right. Hey, folks, this is pro rodeo announcer Jason Hetland with the Rodeo Roundup, brought to you by ForTheRide.com. Once again, it is Wednesday morning, and it is the first day of the Mutton Bussin' World Championships, brought to you by Cooper Tires. We have a very special guest with us. I'm from the Midwest, from Minnesota. I do a lot of rodeos around the Midwest, and a rodeo circuit that I travel with is a Circle C rodeo, and if it wasn't by coincidence that I run into the Schellenberg family right here, Lucas Schellenberg, the guy in the green right here, my little buddy, he is performing at 10:30 this morning in the Mutton Bussin' Championships. Lucas, are you excited, buddy?
Yes.
Yeah, what are you most excited about? To be here in Vegas or a chance to win a belt buckle? Brought to you by Cooper Tires.
Chance to win a belt buckle.
Chance to win a belt buckle. You don't care about where you ride. You just have a good time. And older brother Wyatt right here, he is a mighty hand. He's been a champ in many different divisions throughout the 2012 season with the Circle C Rodeo. Wyatt, good to have you along with the family, my buddy.
Yes.
Yes, that's it, huh? You got to talk to me, man. You're on TV. All right. Well, you know, and I heard Mom say earlier that you're going to try to get into the Chris Shivers Mini Bucking Bull Challenge next year. Is that correct?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. How's the year been for you down at Circle C?
Good. I've been making full rides and keeping along with the other people. My division.
That's awesome. And Wyatt, your little brother is taking after you, isn't he? Lucas, how's your year been going down at Circle C?
Good.
Yeah? How's the riding been going?
Good.
Anything else other than good?
What'd you win? A belt buckle.
How many?
You won a belt buckle? How many belt buckles have you won in your career so far?
6.
6 belt buckles. My gosh. Well, let's get Mom and Dad in here, Scott and Joe. You know, we give the Cowboys a lot of credit growing up young and having a good time, but it takes a great family, Mom and Dad, to bring them thousands of miles. You guys drove all night for about 2.5 days to get here, and it's just got to be an extreme pleasure to see your 2 young sons act the way they are and to have the success that they do.
Yes, it's something we enjoy to do as a family, and it's the rodeo life.
You know, and you were quite a hand in your younger age too, weren't you, Scott?
Yeah, I used to ride bulls in Little Britches Association. I used to ride in the junior division.
Yeah. And Joe, how does it feel to be a rodeo mom? You know, we listened to Sharon Shoulders last night at the Heroes and Legends about how much sacrifice that the moms and the wives make for the rodeo family. Tell us a little bit about it.
I just enjoy watching them ride and pray that they don't get hurt too bad. But no, it's just it's fun to watch them do what they love to do and give them the opportunity to do it. I'm glad that I'm able to do that for them.
Man, what a fantastic family. I've known you guys for probably 7-8 years now, and I knew these guys when I could hold them with 2 hands, you know, and it's great to see them. And I'm glad to be here covering Lucas's first ride at the PBR World Finals for the World Mutton Bussin' Championships. On behalf of the Schellenberg family, on behalf of For the Ride, this has been Jason Hetland with the Rodeo Roundup.
Hi, Lucas Schellenberg. Go all the way to the Big Tex Bucket Chip. Let's do it, Lucas. Come on! The best thing about this one, look at the Little Warriors, the PBR's been gracious enough to do a lot of events at the PBR Hill 410 Series. But thank the rest of the hill, too, just like the Cowboys will see in the Thomas and Mack Center. 75 points, 75 the Iowa Cowboy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, still here at the Heroes and Legends reunion on day 2, Wednesday at the autograph signing from 11 to 1 right here at the Grand Ballroom in South Point Hotel in Las Vegas. What a fantastic time. We're meeting all the fans. Have you guys ever been to a Heroes and Legends reunion with the PBR World Finals here?
No, sir. First time.
First time.
Now, what do you think? Is this just an awesome opportunity to meet your favorite bull riders from past, present, and future of the PBR?
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. You know, and I see you got signs and hats and everything else. I want the camera to take a look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you come to the Heroes and Legends, you can get all these autographs too. Right here, they got the hat, they've got the sign. Holy cow, everything. They got pictures. Who are some of your favorite bull riders and personalities that you got to meet today here?
J.B. Mooney.
Chris Shivers.
Oh, you got to meet Chris Shivers.
We met him yesterday, but I haven't got his autograph yet because his son is riding in the bull riding.
Austin Meyer.
Yeah.
And L.J. Jenkins, for sure.
Awesome. And who's your favorite bull rider to watch during these finals at the Thomas and Mack?
Chris Shivers.
And how about you?
I believe that's mine too.
All right, Chris Shivers. You know, and it's going to be quite an extravaganza here on Sunday night when he rides his last bull at the World Finals, because his historic career is coming to an end right here at the Thomas and Mack at the 2012 World Finals. What's it going to mean to you to see his last ride live?
I'm sad that he's not riding anymore, but I'm glad that he's not going to end up getting hurt. It might be permanent.
Definitely, yeah.
He's probably the best rider of all time, and it'll be really bad or sad to lose him.
It is. You know, we've got a lot of up-and-coming stars as well, though, that are going to take the place and make a lot more memorable moments for the PBR. But this has been Jason Hetland with For the Ride and the Rodeo Roundup right here at the South Point Hotel and Casino. Jason Hetland here with ForTheRide.com and the Rodeo Roundup. What a special guest that we have Wednesday afternoon. I'm going to let him introduce you to himself without me, because his man needs no introduction to me, but he works a lot behind the scenes and sets up everything for the World Finals for the last couple of years. So I want him to introduce himself to you.
Hi, Jason. I'm Jim Hayworth, the CEO of the PBR.
Yeah, awesome. You know, you need no introduction to us, but what a fantastic turn of events since you've kind of taken over the CEO. It's the addition of the Heroes and Legends, the addition of the 15-15 Buck and Bull, the draft, a lot of great changes that make the fan interaction much more enjoyable.
Well, you know what's great about this? We were handling a legacy here with the PBR. You know, you get a chance to see a lot of the founders that are here today, and they started something that was so special, and we've got to continue to make sure we help that grow. And when you look at what we're able to pay out from a prize money standpoint and the exposure we try to get for our sponsors, these kind of things are very important, and we're excited to continue to get to pay out, you know, almost $10 million this year in prize money. So we're definitely want to continue that for the future.
Definitely. You know, and everybody talks about Chris Shivers and retiring from the PBR. It's got to be a legacy that's going to be remembered for a long time, and I'm sure it's hard for you as a CEO of one of the greatest bull riding companies in the world to see such a great bull rider lost.
You know, Chris is so special to what he means to PBR and what he means to the fans. I mean, you could, you know, see that today even in our world champion kind of forum that we had this morning. He's special to PBR. He's one of those folks that comes through that he's a superstar, but is so humble the way he handles our fans. And I don't know there'll ever be another Chris Shivers. You know, when you think about the kind of rides and what he's gone through and the number of 90-point rides he's had through his career, that may be difficult to match. And you hope that we've got some of these young riders, which we've got some great ones coming up, can kind of hopefully step in. And I don't know if they'll ever fill his shoes, but at least take a spot as we look at the future.
Definitely. And we're looking ahead to 2013. We have any special things happening or any things that are new and up and coming for the next season that our fans can look forward to?
Hey, we're going to kick off in Madison Square Garden again this year, which, you know, to me, there's a lot of special venues that we get a chance to go to, but they're in New York. That's a great place to go. Cowboy Stadium, we're going to do that again this year. Should be a really exciting format again, kind of that bracket system that we do as we think about the Iron Cowboy, so should be a lot of fun. We're coming back here in May for a real special event. We're going to do some things at the Mandalay Bay. We've got some national television exposure that we're going to do. And we'll kind of fill the fans in a little bit more about that, but a special format and a lot of prize money that we're going to really kind of build a special event. And then coming back here again next October, it's our 20th year of finals in Las Vegas. You know, this week we announced our real connection with the city of Las Vegas and renewal of that sponsorship. That's important. And next year with our 20th year anniversary, we got a great group here this year, but we're hoping we're going to draw a lot more out for that 20th year special anniversary as well.
Definitely. A big change for the 20 and 12 season, a brand new host hotel, the MGM Grand. What happened, and just a new sponsorship with the MGM? And I'll tell you what, the venue that they have over there right now for all the awards and the kickoff party was fantastic. Seems like it's going to be a great lasting relationship.
Well, MGM and Mandalay Bay, they're all kind of under the same umbrella from a corporate standpoint, but we started at the MGM, so there's a lot of history that goes with that, and they're a great sponsor for us, continue to be a great host hotel for us. We also expanded, a lot of stuff here at the South Point. They continue to be a great support of what we're doing. We're always looking for ways to expand our audience here in Vegas. Along with that, how we get more fans in, and also our sponsors and host hotels are looking for the same thing.
Excellent. Well, hey, I really appreciate you taking time to be with us at For the Ride and the Rodeo Roundup. Later on, ladies and gentlemen, round one from the Thomas and Mack Center. We'll be back with you with recaps and highlights from tonight's event. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, right on the red carpet for Wednesday afternoon, Brendan Clark. Fantastic to be back to 2012 World Finals, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always good to be here. You've done something right to be here, because it's not as easy as some people think it may be, but and it's getting harder.
It sure is, and you're kind of dressing up for the occasion today.
Well, we're pros. We probably should dress like it, but yeah, I guess me and Luke kind of made, and Colby made the decision a couple of years back to be like this, and we like to try and lead by example, so hopefully everyone thinks we're professional.
That's fantastic. And not only a great bull rider, but a great ambassador for the sport. Ford invasions, all sorts of stuff going on in your life. Give us a little bit of a glimpse on what you're doing here in Vegas with the Ford invasion, if anything.
Actually, we went, it was a lot of fun. Yesterday we went and did some UFC. We learned some UFC fighting. We went and did a bit of sparring and a bit of grappling, and wrestling was fun. So I've never done any of that, but it was really fun to go and do something like that. And we feel like we've done a lot in the Ford invasion this year, so they've kind of been good to us and not really made us do a whole lot here in Vegas, so it's actually good.
Awesome. Well, hey, great luck the next 5 nights, and we hope to see you on the podium, all right? Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah.